AM 1430 KRGI, 105.5 FM. Good morning. I'm Brian Gallagher. We have a guest in studio from Central District Health Department. Steve Walker has come by to give us the information that we need to know and a reminder to talk about important things like testing the water. Steve, welcome back. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Brian Gallagher, for having me on your program.
Let's talk about water testing, especially for those who might be rural or maybe they're set up on some kind of a well system or septic system. These are things that are important to check and stay on top of.
You bet. You need to understand that if you get your drinking water from a well, then your drinking water is your responsibility. And it's important that you maintain your well so that it provides you with a supply of good, clean drinking water.
One thing to keep in mind is this isn't hard to do. You have kits available, so that way folks can get the testing done. You get your kit, you get your sample, you turn it in, they'll get you the results. Now, it may take some effort to go ahead and fix something if you discover that, but if you don't discover it, you don't know. So let's get on top of that.
Right. So if you do have your own well, the best way to make sure your well is in good working condition is to test the water. And the water will be an indication of the health of your well, the casing, the screen, the motor, the pump, all of those factors all play into the water that you drink. And yes, at the health department, we have kits. And our kits are for your testing the water. We test for coliform and E. coli bacteria. We also do nitrate, hardness, pH, and fluoride testing.
When people turn in these tests, they do need to understand that when you get that test taken, you need to get it there promptly.
Right. Protocols require that a test for coliform be at the lab less than 30 hours. And so that puts a lot of pressure to get it to me. And the Postal Service, FedEx, and the UPS all are pretty good delivery services, but they have their days where samples arrive late. And when they do, then I have to reject them and give the customer a call. And it's not a good situation, but it's what happens sometimes.
The other thing to keep in mind is there are certain places that are best to take those tests, to get those samples from.
Right. We require, or we suggest that you take the water sample from where you drink the water the most. And most people would be the kitchen sink. And you would want to make sure that when you take the sample, you clean that item, that spot, real well, because the kitchen sink is a kind of a dirty place. And so you'd want to clean the faucet as best you can, taking the aerator off, using a bleach or an alcohol product, and then turning the water on cold, let it run for 10 minutes to flush out all the possible contamination and bring a fresh sample up out of the well.
It's a good way to make sure that you and everyone in your home can know that they've got healthy water to work with, and it's easy to do. You can get with the folks down at the health department. They have the kits available right at the front desk, so that way you can stop in, get it, get your sample, get it back to them, and let the test begin. Right,
and I do want to mention that the Central District Health Department covers Hall, Marion, Hamilton counties, but we will do water testing from anywhere in Nebraska. If you can get me a sample within 30 hours, we can test it. And we have kits that are available at the health department or at certain locations across the state. Some NRDs have some of our kits, other health departments, and the extension agent. Just give the local county extension agent a call, and they may have some kits on hand for you to pick up.
So if they do have a question, how could they get a hold of you?
Oh, good question. They can stop in and visit with me. I'm available at the health department, or you can give me a call at the health department, 308-385-5175. Or you can get a hold of me by email. My address is swalker@cdhd.ne.gov.
There you go. Steve Walker with a reminder about getting your water tested to make sure that everything jives. You want to ingest the good stuff. Steve, always a pleasure. Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming in.
Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Good morning from AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM.